really misty this morning. I don't know if you can see that. But out on the reserve, it's really misty. Do you think that you're a human? Why are you under the duvet? Looking very shady. So daft, Pepper, so daft. Good morning. So it is Friday today. I'm sure by now most of you know how my Fridays go. It's my day when I'm working from home, so I do all my blogging and vlogging and just general life catch up on a Friday. But it's also the perfect day to start when I want to do a reading vlog. So reading plans for today and this weekend are to read Gidi Vardi by Ruth Estevez. Now, I've started this, I'm a little bit of the way in, about 70 pages, and I kind of feel like it's too early to make too much of a judgment. I'm a bit iffy on the writing style at the moment, but I feel like there's going to be some good content in here if I can just stick with it. So my main priority this weekend is going to be to get this finished, and then if I finish that I might pick up something else, but we'll have to see how that goes, because as you will know if you watched my last reading vlog, it didn't go so well and I didn't get too much reading done. So I'm not going to set my target too high this time. So this is my main focus for the weekend. Today, as with always on a Friday, I've got some errands to run. I am planning the breakfast with Santa event for my church this year, so I've got quite a few different Christmassy things to do for that. I've also got some admin stuff that I need to get done. So today, in terms of reading, I may have a little bit of downtime, but not too much. But tomorrow we don't really have any plans, so I'm going to hit it hard tomorrow. Right now I need to take the kids to school, then I need to go and have a breakfast with Santa meeting, and then I will check back in with you. Megan's hair salon whilst we watch the Bake Off.
No, that's what I expect. I think that's a very good colour.
So it's quite a bit later. I did not get as much done today as I had hoped to. It took me ages to do the breakfast with Santa stuff. We're now going to do 2 events because we were completely sold out of the first event. So I know that that's neither here nor there to most of you, but it means that my day was basically spent planning this second event. So I'm only just now sitting down. I picked the kids up from school, we watched a bit of the Great British Bake Off, and Megan did my hair, and we just spent some time together. Meg has now gone out to her flute lesson. Eli is building his Lego downstairs. I have retreated upstairs just to have a bit of a break. So I'm now, for the first time today, going to sit and do some reading. So hopefully I can get more than 70 pages into this. I'm hoping for about 150, but we'll see how the evening goes. There will also be a new episode of The Good Place, which I will want to watch in a little while. Once James is back with Meg from flute, he'll make some dinner. But yeah, 150 is the aim for this today, but as I said, we'll have to see how I get on, how tired I feel, and then tomorrow I'm not sure what we're going to do. We've talked about maybe going to the pumpkin patch. We've got my nephew's birthday party in the afternoon. Yeah, so we'll just see where the weekend kind of takes us. But for now, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time reading, and I will check in with you in a little while. Who's on your onesie?
Super Mario.
Mario.
Mario. Mario.
What are you doing now, Trouble?
I do not know.
You don't know?
That's why I came up here to ask you.
Cutie. Friday evening, dog. Wine. I am 147 pages in to this, so I'm almost halfway through. I'm going to get a little bit more read tonight, and then I'm going to go to sleep and try and get this, if not finished, then almost finished tomorrow. Good morning. So it's Saturday morning, and I know I mentioned yesterday that this morning we were planning to go to the pumpkin patch, but that has been scratched because the kids are not behaving themselves, shall we say. If I'm going to put it politely, they're just not behaving, and the pumpkin patch was going to be a treat, so we're not going there. But we are just about to head out into town because we need to do some breakfast with Santa planning stuff. But just quickly to check in, I read a whole load of Jidi Vardy yesterday. I'm now on page 180, so really making some good progress. I'm hoping to get more than 3/4 of this finished today. We've not really got much on. Got my nephew's birthday party, which adults are not invited to, so I think James and I will go and get a drink somewhere and I could do some reading because I'm super antisocial. And then James is taking the kids out later, and I'm just gonna introvert and be at home by myself for a little while because we've just been really busy lately and I've just not had much time to myself. So I will definitely do some more reading then. I might watch a movie and have some nice food, but I will definitely do some more reading. So just a quick update, no pumpkin patch. Maybe we'll go tomorrow because that would have been a fun thing to do if the kids decide to behave. Off out to do some Christmassy things now. Then I've got the party and some reading, and then yeah, we'll see how the day goes. So I mentioned earlier that my plan on Saturday evening was to introvert hard, and that is happening. James has gone out with the kids. I'm back upstairs in my bedroom. I've got one of my favourite dinners, which is patatas bravas with garlic aioli, which I just adore. I'm going to watch some crappy TV on Netflix like Kimmy Schmidt or The Good Place or something, and then I'm going to do some reading. I've got a little bit of prep to do for tomorrow. We're doing a rehearsal of putting the snow tunnel up for breakfast with Santa, which I'm sure you're all so bored of hearing me talk about, but when I get to show you what it looks like, fingers crossed anyway, it's gonna be amazing. So we're doing a dry run of that, and then we are leading a section of the meeting at church tomorrow, so we've got to do some prep for that. And yeah, but apart from that, I'm just gonna introvert my little heart out and just be in the peace and quiet, mostly because it is half term next week. So I've got Monday and Friday off with the kids, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I've got to take them to a club and then go to work and pick them up. So it's just all a bit of a mess next week, and I really tend to be exhausted by the time the end of the school holidays comes around. So I'm having this day to just chill out, get myself in a good place in my head, and then I'm ready for the coming week. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. 2 little munchkins and a puppy who thinks that she is one of the children. Having a really chilled out Sunday afternoon / early evening. We have been watching the football, as you can see, although James has just popped out with the kids and the dog to try and run off some of their energy, although he has been watching Everton play football with Eli this afternoon. I am just sitting and having a glass of wine and reading while dinner cooks. Probably going to keep watching the football, have that on in the background this evening while we all just kind of mooch around and chill and do our own thing, and it's just very relaxing. In terms of reading, I have got just under 200 pages of Jidi Vardy left, and unfortunately I'm not loving it as much as I had hoped to. I'm definitely going to stick with it. It's quite an easy read, and as you can see I'm just over halfway through, but yeah, it isn't quite as interesting as I was expecting. But I would say that my main issue with it is the fact that the book is set in Yorkshire, and so the characters have a Yorkshire dialect when they speak, mainly missing out the word the, which as a girl who comes from Yorkshire I can say that people with a thick accent, that is very accurate. My issue is that our protagonist Jidi thinks in the Yorkshire dialect, which again is fine, and I feel like the author is striving for a level of authenticity. I'm not sure that people with a particularly strong dialect do think in that dialect, but I find it really distracting to read, and in particular at the start of this book, one of the sections, Giddy is 8, and so she has her thinking in this Yorkshire dialect, missing out the word the, which is fine, except for then she gives her thought processes and internal musings that are just way beyond where an 8-year-old would be, and I just found that really, really jarring to read. And I find the internal thought process in the local dialect really distracting. So although it reads quite easily, I'm just not getting sucked in the same way that I think I might if when the characters spoke they used the local dialect, but when they thought they didn't. And it seems really petty, but it's actually really impacted on my enjoyment level of this book. So I'm going to persevere. I'm hoping that I can almost finish it tonight, if not finish it completely. As I said, we're not doing much this evening. We're just kind of all chilling and doing our own thing. The kids are quite happy to bob in and out. They're just entertaining themselves, and it's actually just one of my favourite ways to spend our weekends. We've just got no pressures or anything. We can just kind of chill. We're all together, you know, we're all here. The kids can be with us if they want to, or they can have their own space. We can have our own space, and it's just very, very nice. But yeah, it's not going to stay that way for too much longer, because James will come back and then we'll have to do dinner and just all those different kinds of things. Although it is half term for the kids this coming week, and I am off with them tomorrow and on Friday. So tomorrow, even if I don't manage to finish this today, I'll definitely finish it tomorrow. And again, I'm planning just a really chilled out day, because I think that they just need it. I think that is partly why they have been misbehaving so much, because again, we didn't make it to the pumpkin patch today, mostly because of the weather. But yeah, just it's a bit of nothing really, but there you go. That is just our everyday lives, full of general housework, chores, parenting, a little bit of reading, and yeah, that's just it. So I'll check in again with you later. Right now I'm going to take advantage of the peace and do some reading. Pulled pork, tuna, jacket potato, salad. Winning.
Eating.
And Cream is just running around like a little frantic thing though. Where are you going? Oh, now you're eating. So it's actually Wednesday evening now. I completely forgot, as usual, because I am rubbish, to film a closing clip. So I have about I had about 200 pages of Giddy Vardy when I last gave you an update. I've now got about 50 pages left, and my opinions, which I gave on Sunday, pretty much still stand, I'm afraid. I'm going to persevere and get to the end, but I'm just not loving this book, and I really am tempted to give it quite a low rating. I think that for somebody else it's probably a great read, but it just isn't ticking the boxes, and I think I probably went in with the wrong expectation and it hasn't met that expectation. So I don't know, I'm gonna let it sit for a while. I'm definitely gonna finish it, see how it concludes, and then maybe I'll let it sit with me for a while before I give it a rating. But basically, this is just to wrap up my reading vlog, to say thank you very much for watching. If you stuck to the end, please don't forget to give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. My goal is to make it to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so fingers crossed I can get there, and yeah, I will see you all soon.